I'm having my one.
Hello and welcome to episode 95 of the I'm Having My One podcast. I'm here with Paul. Hello, Paul. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
We're feeling good. We're pink and blue in our backgrounds today. I lightened my blue up a little bit because I realized for those on the YouTube, I was basically blurring into the background of the surround. So for those who are on the YouTube, you're welcome. For those who haven't yet watched the YouTube, check it out. You can see our faces, these faces, as well as these voices, these seductive voices. If you've always wondered what do those sexy voices have in terms of face, this is it. You're welcome. Um,
Yeah, stick with the audio.
yeah, our faces are not not the thing that's going to bring people to the YouTube, is it? Just wait until we've got that handsome recent Seb on.
Yeah, there we go.
That's what they're here. The eye candy. Anyway, it's just us this episode, and our chat tonight is all about our gaming objectives for 2026. The games, the events, everything we're thinking about, excited about for the year. We do one of these every year. I really enjoy it. Just being able to talk about all the things at the start of the year. I can plan ahead and go, yes, I'm going to do all those. At the end of the year, perhaps not have completed all of them, but whatever. We can get excited. It's like the New Year's resolutions of board games, isn't it? So settle in, get ready for the sort of exciting content you'd normally only expect from doom scrolling CFAX. So, Paul, before we get into it, very quickly, how was your 2025 gaming? Was it good, bad, indifferent? Do everything you wanted to do?
Think so. I didn't get a game of Twilight Imperium in, which
Yeah, yeah.
slightly gutted about.
Mm,
So hopefully can rectify that this year.
hmm
But yeah, overall, really happy.
We had a good expo. We had a good 3 days of it this year, I think, right? And we had our OneCon event. What else did we do? Can't remember. But we played a lot of good games. Oh, we had
Right, our Black
our
Powder
war game weekend, didn't we? About
game week
basically this time last year.
had our AGM, first AGM. That was good.
AGM, that was great. Yeah, we did a lot of good stuff last year, actually, and I played a lot of good games and a lot of new stuff to me as well, which was cool.
Yeah, I started going to a new gaming group in Chester, which is great, which
You
is
did? Yeah.
definitely increased the amount of gaming I get in during the week, and B, some weird and wonderful games that I wouldn't have normally picked. So
Right. And one of the ones that you mentioned was it something race? Something weird race? No, what the hell's it called?
yeah, that race
That
one.
that weird race one is now all over the place and people are saying it's the best thing ever. So
Yeah.
trend setting.
Well, I just sort of turned up and sat down, but yeah.
That's the best way of doing it. Anyway, looking ahead to 2026, 25 is done. Enjoyed it. Telescopic lens into 26. What have you got first on your list? What's exciting you about 26 on the must play, must go and do, blah blah blah, you know?
Um, so I think for me, maybe not must play, but must learn will be Galactic Cruise, which if
Hmm.
you watched our Secret Santa session, Seb got for me for the Secret Santa, so
Did.
I was boxing it and getting it all unpacked and ready to go, which has made me very excited to play. So I'm looking forward to learning that.
It's a big old box, lots
It
of
is a
stuff.
big box, yeah. And then in terms of what's coming up, I've got Victrix Weekend, which is in
Yeah.
Chester in March. I think that's my first sort of convention and sit down gaming time. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
And is it in like a youth hostel or something, did you say? Is that right?
Yeah, so Chris, the guy that's organising it, has booked out a whole youth hostel, so we've sort of got it to ourselves. Um, I think there's at the moment about 60, 70 people going.
That's great.
So it'd be good. So and just gaming. There's um,
And what's
lots.
it? based on? Like it being Victrix? Is that anything to do with the Victrix models people?
No, it's to do with it's in Chester and there's a Roman,
Is that what Victrix
large
comes from?
Roman
Yeah, fair
settlement.
enough. Fair enough.
Um, yeah, which is good because it's sort of following a similar theme to Bastion, which
Yeah,
meets in Conway in North Wales,
right.
and again books out the youth hostel there and does that, and is really popular. But it's always sort of end of January, which has been sort of inconvenient time for me to go, so I never made it to that. So
Mm,
I'm looking forward to this.
mm, nice.
Yeah,
And speaking of con stuff, our big objective for the year, we sort of toyed with it for last year, but the big thing this year is we're really quite desperate to go to Essen, right?
yeah.
To Essen
That'll be
Spiel.
it. So I'm gonna rent a Luton van. Not going to fly to save the old wallet. But yeah, I was really surprised when at the end of last year, my wife said, "Oh, and we were talking about what holidays we as a family are going." And she said, "Oh, and you're off to Germany in October, aren't you?" I was like, "Yes,
Didn't even ask you.
no,
Predictive,
yes,"
predictive stuff. This has got to professional level now.
which is better than my usual standard of waiting till about 8 days before I'm supposed to be going away for a weekend and then just dropping it into conversation. So yeah, no, Essen's great. Are you booked your flights yet? You ready to
Need
go?
to work out what we're doing. Right. Do we drive? Do we fly? Any top recommendations for any listeners would be very helpful.
Yeah.
I just I don't know. Everything I know about Essen from the people who've spoken, firstly, it sounds amazing. But it's very much the showing board games, trying board games. No kind of playing really. There's no like open gaming space or anything, right? Um, and so it's just gonna be lots and lots and lots of demos, lots of buying stuff. So we need to just have a good think about if we're going. I'm sort of inclined to drive a little bit because we'll have a bit more space in the car to take stuff back with us. I know you can always do these post it back to yourself things, but I'm sure those must cost a fortune, right?
So it feels expensive.
Or just go with a big suitcase and a pair of pants. That's the thing. But it's going to get very smelly over those 3 days.
That's that. I think that's. I mean, after a couple of years at UKGE, I think a lot of people seem to do that anyway.
Yes, it's the old don't make sure you don't go to the bathrooms after midday on the second day, right?
Oh,
So doing that and then thinking about where we'll stay. So we've got a bit of gaming space or something would be good. So lots to talk about with that. We are sort of prioritizing that over anything else, I think, this year, right? Because it is the event to go to. I've got ambitions one day to go to something like Gen Con in the US, but I don't know when the hell that would ever happen.
next year.
Um, next year, okay, yeah. Get the request in now, and then oh, it's next year. Don't need to worry about it.
Fill in the paperwork.
Yeah, I think we'll still try and go to UKGE
Yeah, I
this
think
year. We're
so.
sort of umming and ahhing about it a little bit and working out exactly how long we want to go for. It's a bit secondary, I think, probably, but I think I'd still want to go, right?
Yeah, probably. We'll just have to kind of work out how how that'll look, whether it'll be even the full event or just a couple of days. And you know, I mean, it is actually day trippable for me because the trains are really good. After saying I don't use public transport, the train down to the NEC is actually really good from up my way.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it should have been for me and Neil when we tried it 2 years ago. And it was an
Yeah,
absolute disaster. It's so close, right? You could, whether you're flying in, taking the train, NEC is perfect for it. But yeah, we had such a good time. I really enjoyed properly going in 2025 when we had that kind of just flying visit in 24. Uh, so yeah, I think that'll definitely be on the list. What other cons and stuff are you thinking about for this year or events?
so he says, filling for time while he has a look at his list that he sent you earlier. Seamless, seamless this is. Um, so I think um, because of our how much I enjoyed our wargaming weekend,
Yep.
and wanting to kind of get more involved in that is the Joy of Six, which is the 28th of June, which
Is it
is
still
run
a
by Bacchus.
Sunday? So
It's a Sunday,
it's
yeah.
always why is it always a Sunday? It's so awkward.
Sunday in Sheffield.
Yeah.
It is Sheffield.
Sheffield, I think, yeah.
Yeah. It's where they make all the pewter for the Sheffield pewter for the Bacchus
Yeah, I
models.
think that's what they're famous for, right?
Yeah, it is, I think. Yeah, yeah. And if not that one, then the week before is there's a Phalanx Wargaming weekend up in St Helens,
Okay. Well, that's
which
quite
is just down the road for me.
yeah.
But I probably wouldn't get both in. So I'd rather do the Joy of Six and look at all the Bacchus stuff and buy some more specifically 6 mil Napoleonic stuff for my 6 mil Napoleon
Yeah.
army.
Yeah, agreed. I think that would be great
Um,
if we can make it work somehow. Uh, we haven't really talked about stuff like HandyCon or AirCon or anything like that this year, have we? It's sort of perhaps gone a little bit in the background because of Essen.
no, well, Aircon is in March, which is the same time I'm going to, well, not exactly the same time, but the same time I'm going to the Victrix weekend
Yeah, okay.
or around then. Um, Previously, they've done sort of an Augusty one in Manchester, so I might be tempted by that. Um, but the other one's more around your way, isn't it? It's
HandyCon.
what's the one Neil's been
HandyCon.
to a few times?
HandyCon. Yeah.
Andy.
Yeah. HandyCon is in Milton Keynes. So Milton Keynes. So yeah, it's kind of generally down that way. And I have been and I had a good time, must be 2 years ago now that I went to the April one. They do it 3 times a year, something like that.
Yeah.
And it is really good. It's all gaming. There's a little shop there from someone, I can't remember who it is, but yeah, it was good. They've done this really nice thing that we've talked about a little bit with OneCon plans of having it in a hotel and just rock up and you obviously got your room, but it's just they've got loads of conference space to do all of the gaming and stuff. So um,
Yeah.
it's managed really well. But I'm not quite sure. I'll fit it in. I guess it kind of depends on what we end up doing with stuff like Essen. That if Essen doesn't work out, then maybe go to the HandyCon towards the end of the year, perhaps.
Essen will work out.
It will. It
Not
will
having
work out.
any of that
There's
next.
no reason why it wouldn't, right? But I have not even slightly looked at how much it costs, booking time off, any of that. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway,
Okay.
enough events. Games. What have you got on your excited for like new stuff? So not necessarily on your I want to play it this year, but what's on your interested to check it out and or excited for its release this year list?
Okay, so one I've seen that looks good is Flintlock, which is based on the Blitzkrieg, which we played. So it's just a short 30-minute game. Um, oh, look, here we go. Here it is. Um, yeah, so a little. They've got it on there as 1 to 4 players, and you can do 2v2. Now, if it is the same as the Blitzkrieg system,
Right.
it's just going to be better off at.
Oh, it's David Thompson. Ah,
Not a huge, massively out there at the moment, but yeah, that looks really good. Um,
yeah, cool. I
Enjoyed
like
playing
it.
Blitzkrieg and 18th century muskets, and it sort of all ties in with the black powder theme and stuff like that.
Uh,
Yeah,
cool.
so
Yeah, I hadn't heard about
that'd
that
be
one at
one of
all.
mine.
That's a great one.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that. What about you? Have you got a? Because
Yeah,
there's actually quite a lot coming out.
already kind of what we know is cool, right? And I think one of the ones that we've been very interested in, I don't know it's going to come out this year. I think it's unlikely, but perhaps just something I'm excited for is the Brass Pittsburgh uh, crowdfunding campaign and
There's been
how that goes.
so much about.
I think it's probably
Will you
unrealistic to think it'll
be
go out, come
backing?
out. I don't know because I think it's probably one of those that I think what you're really doing with that is probably just a pre-order, right? I don't know that they'll do. We'll see when the campaign's live, but it feels like the sort of game that there won't be a lot of value in backing the crowdfunding on it. Sorry, Roxley Games, but it's one that I think will just be ultimately a pre-order with maybe a few extra little bits and pieces in it, but you'll be able to get it in retail towards hopefully maybe towards the end of 26 this year. But yeah, that would be very cool. Have you seen the Stonemaier announcements?
Maybe? No?
Maybe,
Yes?
maybe. So this was an interesting thing that Jamie Stegmaier did on YouTube a little while ago, and they've basically announced what they're doing for the year. So rather than just doing it segment by segment, they've kind of done quarter by quarter. I mean, to say they've kind of just announced the whole thing, and this. I often think that Stonemaier Games is going to be worth a little chat on this podcast at some point about uh,
Definitely.
like what do we think about them? How have their games changed? We played quite a lot of them, nowhere near all of them, but they're a bit of one that divides opinion of the good and bad, and maybe heard someone say Stonemaier Games make middle of the road, not very exciting, but not boring kind of games. And I think that's an argument for another day as to whether that's right or not. But I am quite excited for what they've announced, and that's partly because I love Scythe.
Is it more so?
It is more Scythe, but it is actually more Scythe this time. So there is a I don't I don't quite know how this is going to shake out, but it's a two-player dual version of Scythe slash Expeditions. So you will be
Okay.
able to play a two-player game of Scythe or a two-player game of Expeditions head to head, or a two-player game of Scythe versus Expeditions. Again, don't quite know
So
how
all
that's
in
going to
all in
work.
the same box.
Apparently,
Or one.
and it's going to include a new uh, faction for Scythe and a new mech and character for Expeditions.
Okay.
So you'll be able to add those into your normal game, which is quite nice by itself. Um,
Yeah.
and that just all sounds very intriguing. And I was thinking, well, hang on, this might be the perfect game for us ever because I really like Scythe, you really like Expeditions. We can basically just play two different games and meet in the middle.
Yeah. No, no, I like the sound of that. I
So
think
I
that
thought that
sounds
was really
good. And
interesting. Um,
yeah, I'm not quite sure because I think your issue with Expeditions is you just wanted to play Scythe 2.0,
right.
and it was a very different game. And I think it's a really clever game. I like Expeditions, but it's not what you wanted.
I
And I
know I
think
need to
maybe
play
if
it
they'd
again.
marketed it
Yeah.
differently, because
Yeah. I can't
I
be the
think
only
it's
one.
really good.
I can't be the only one who thinks that, but maybe I am.
But yeah, I mean, if we can buy one game between us and I can get a new mech and you,
Exactly, exactly. I think maybe it's just worth the price for that alone. Anyway, they're also announced they're doing a load of other games that I don't really care about, but also they're doing a new Wingspan in a kind of it's small box edition, which is quite interesting. Travel Wingspan, effectively, maybe, and more. It's going to be more shorter and more streamliner apparently. And this is somewhat in reaction to the kind of 24, 25 I think they had as a board game producer in the world of tariffs and cost of living and stuff like that. And we were talking about this just a little while ago, right? About small box games, and in some ways those are a good choice right now because we don't have a lot of space in our collections. So if we're now entering a an avenue of small box board games becoming a bigger and bigger thing, if that's not a contradiction in terms, then long may that continue. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I think that as you say that, and like there are so many dual games that are coming out and stuff. I'm not sure how it'll work because the nice thing about Wingspan is, I mean, not very interactive between other players, but there's a lot of planning and I like that element of Wingspan of like, trying to think 3 or 4 turns ahead of like, right, I want to get this bird in this area and but first I need to make sure I've got the right food and then get a couple of extra cards or whatever and I
Yeah.
need some spare eggs to lay it. And if they streamline all of that, then
I don't know. I mean, I don't. It could be that it's just Wingspan but cards only, perhaps something like that. So dump the boards, and I mean you could just dump the boards and you've instantly kind of got a simpler game. I don't know. There wasn't a massive amount about it. I'll try and put a picture on of what was shown, but yeah, looks very interesting that. Uh yeah.
and they're doing the Americas expansion as well.
Yeah, which I think is out now potentially or really soon.
So
Um
yeah.
and I think there is some new interesting stuff there with different of bird that they're adding. I think hummingbirds or hummingbird type of birds or something. I can't quite remember from the video now, but yeah, yeah. Have you played with any of the expansions in Wingspan?
What was the first one? Oceania?
Europe. It says Europe, then Ocean, or I
But
don't know. I don't know. There's been Europe one,
whatever the first one was, the
yeah,
Europe
European birds, I think.
one, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah. And that one did bring in a bit of player stuff. Some of the birds allowed you to
yeah,
interact with what a little bit more, didn't they?
yeah.
But it was a while since I played it, so I can't.
I
Yeah.
haven't actually played Wingspan for ages. It's actually not. It's in storage at the moment through ongoing saga of trying to move house. So yeah, I haven't played it for ages, but it's a very enjoyable game. I do like Wingspan. Maybe has its critics even on this very podcast, but we'll come back to that another time. Anyway, what else you got? I've got a very long list here, Paul. I'm not going to read them all off, but what else
Well,
have
go on.
you got?
Why don't you do another one then?
All right, I'll do another one. So, as you've twisted my arm, one of the ones that's been pretty interesting, again, quite light in information so far, but I think is going to be pretty cool, is called The Danes. Now, I am a
Yeah.
little bit partial to something a bit Viking.
We
So,
like Vikings.
we like Vikings, and this is, as you can see on BGG, there's very little information available. We've got a picture and not a bad description, which
Yeah.
is giving us a sense that this is going to be a similar kind of Feast for Odin. Sorry, didn't say it's from Uwe Rosenberg. It's in the kind of a Feast for Odin universe, if I can put it that way. And it's going to be a bit more adventurous. It's 825, which I have a vague. I'm really sorry for any Viking scholars out there, but I think was 825 when Leif Erikson went to North America. Am I got my timing wrong for that? I feel like that might be right. Anyway, don't know,
Oh, I
don't know,
don't know.
don't know, but could be right. Let's just go with it could be right. That's how history works. And anyway, I think it's just the fact that it's Feast for Odin, which is a game that we do really enjoy. It can sometimes perhaps feel like a little bit of a saga by itself, but It is a good one. So that's very cool. But yeah, limited amount of information available on that one. So I'll just jump to another one which has a bit more, which is Colosseum: The Grand Spectacle, which is a game from Wolfgang Kramer and Markus Lübeck. Is that how you say his name? Lubk? Don't know. Anyway, it just looks amazing. So this is a game we actually, I think, spoke about on the podcast a million episodes ago. I think when it was coming around on Kickstarter, and it is a game all about being a host. The word it uses here is impresario of Roman games, and so you are competing to run the best games. Which, if we are okay with the uh, various death and animal cruelty and so on, we maybe move beyond that. They're only wooden
But
meeples
but
after all.
without being that guy, they didn't all end in death. A
True,
lot of them were spectacle,
true.
and it's because of things like Gladiator and other TV related shows.
We
We
assume
think
everybody
it's just
died.
everyone died. But they didn't, because let's be honest, that's a terrible business model if every time you put a show on, you lose 50% of your talent.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so yes, there were deaths and there were sort of horrible things, but there was also the skill of, using the I can't remember the names now, but the guy with the net versus, it was a tactical kind of show as well.
Mm.
Yes, there was a bit of stabbing occasionally and a bit of death, but yeah, all it didn't all result in death. So
So
good on you.
good on you, Romans. Didn't kill everybody. Meanwhile, I think this is going to be one of the big games of this year. It
It looks
looks
beautiful, doesn't it? It
so
looks so
cool.
nice.
The design is
Get that
really
picture up of the actual Colosseum thing. It's the second
this
one
one.
along. That one. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Look how good that looks.
Looks brilliant, doesn't it? Really, really cool. So very much
I'd
looking
buy it
forward to
just
this.
on that.
Look, here's a picture of some people playing it. They all look really happy. Maybe
Oh,
that's even one of the
they're so
designs.
engaged.
Oh, that was at UKG 2025. Where was that happening? Okay, we missed that. Maybe that was the
Um,
old version because I think there is it is a reprint, right? Yeah, re-implements Colosseum, the old one. Yeah, but it doesn't look anything like that. So fine.
looks rubbish.
Rubbish. This one looks great. So this looks very exciting. What else you got?
What else have I got? Okay, so following a game you lent me called Resist, which was a
Yeah.
single player. It was so hard. It was just so hard. But it was a really good game, and the artwork was fantastic. So the same guys have done the Great Train Robbery, and this is the kind of first in a series of two-player co-op trying to, and they're all going to be based on heists.
Yeah, try
Great
there you
Train
go. There you
Robbery,
go. Glasgow train robbery.
yeah,
Glasgow
yes,
train.
sorry. Oh, yeah, 1960s.
63, I think.
Yeah, thank you.
60 something. Yeah. In the
Uh,
1960s.
yeah, so co-op trying to, you know, complete this robbery, and the artwork looks really similar to Resist, doesn't it? It like
Yeah.
already from the box art,
And
and I think like quite a cool theme, quite a cool concept. Yeah, there's Resist.
they've done some great games, Salt and Pepper games. Some really good stuff. And the designer, sorry, the artist here, let me just skip back to that. This guy, Javi De Castro, is been involved in so many of them and brings this really distinctive style to them. So yeah, definitely interested in this myself as well.
Yeah, it looks really good. I don't know why it's got a 5.3 rating. Um, when
Don't know. hitting
Yeah,
Kickstarter at some point
yeah,
soon. Don't know when. Don't know when, but we will be
but
following it.
I
I already am
think
following it. Great.
well done. But yeah, I think this is definitely one for me. I think I'd really enjoy this kind of concept of game. So
And I had totally missed in my looking up of that uh, that it was part of a series as well, which I think is a great idea. Doing
yeah,
something with that. Cool. Okay. Uh, Now, do you remember a while back those purveyors of enormous board games and do-overs of existing board games, Awaken Realms, but do-overs
yeah.
that become these huge, oversized boxes, see Castles of Burgundy for details. And do you remember that amazing game Labyrinth, where
I
you have
love
your
it's
tiles?
one we still play at home.
So
It's
good.
great.
It's so good. And push the little tiles around. You go through the,
Yeah.
it moves the labyrinth around as you go, and you've got to collect your treasures. Well, Awaken Realms did that big announcement of loads of stuff last year that included like a renewed Agricola, which is coming out next year as well. Sorry, this year, if anyone was interested in that. And also a kind of weird Agricola Zombies, which might be worth a look.
No,
Uh,
thank you.
but the thing, I can't quite understand how that works. Anyway, the thing that really caught my eye from this was Labyrinth Chronicles. So this is, I think, coming to uh, GameFound in this quarter. Um, Not a huge amount of information on it, but just look at this. So I think this must be just concept stuff really at this point. But it's a 3D board of of Labyrinth, with obviously some ridiculous sculpts of the different creatures and stuff you're going around. You can see there's different decks going on here, so it's not as simple as the just. It looks. I mean, are those decks?
Look
I
at the
don't
size of
even
that
know.
box in the background.
Yeah. Oh no. You remember that I think probably it's the same. It looks like it's the same footprint as the normal labyrinth, but about four labyrinth boxes stacked on top of each other at least.
It looks what's the Alice in Wonderland?
Wonderland's War.
Wonderland's War.
Yeah.
Wonderland's War, the promo Kickstarter all in box.
Yeah. So we'll
So
see. We'll see what it's about, but
it'll
yeah.
make my Galactic Cruise box look tiny.
I just think this will be very entertaining. And as long as it's not outrageous money, I will definitely be thinking about this one.
Yeah. What's the sort of age
Good question. Let's have a quick look. Eight
BGG?
plus, 8+ on BGG.
So so Abigail will just be kind of hitting the sort of
Exactly. She'll be
yeah
8 basically when I get hold of it. So perfect.
when it comes out.
She
Yeah.
loves Labyrinth. So
Well,
yeah.
there you go. That's her eighth birthday present sorted.
Yes, that's a good reason to buy it. Good. What else you got on your list?
Uh, so the other one that again, not masses of information out there, but is Reiner Knizia game is Gold Country.
Right,
So
yeah. Let's have a look.
over in the States for the big gold rush,
Hmm.
as it were. Reiner Knizia games are very, very good and well thought out. Usually quite complicated, so I was quite interested to see this as 60 minutes. Um, so I'll have to see how that goes.
And what is it? So a card game are we doing here? It's just pretty cool. Oh,
No,
okay,
like
so you've got a board. Yeah, okay.
tokens, but you're essentially staking your claim during the gold rush.
Right.
That's largely the theme, California in again. When they had the gold
1960s.
rush.
Yeah. It's probably
Is
like
it that?
1860s, 1880. I think it's like 1880s, something like that, 1890s.
Yeah, 18 somethings. Um, yeah, and so it's there in the gold rush, and you're trying to out prospect your neighbors. So I quite like that as a theme, as a concept. Um, Kinesia games are usually good, so it's something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they just see from these initial images on BGG, they look great. So yeah, check this out. If you haven't seen it yet, it's a really nice looking game. And this is just coming, it looks like it's kind of ready. Is it going through Kickstarter this, or is it just going straight out?
It's coming to GameFound.
Game found. Okay, cool.
No, it is coming to Kickstarter.
Kickstarter. Okay, cool.
Yeah. I have to
Nice.
say, the amount of times, when you back stuff and you're like, right, I'll just log on to Kickstarter to see how my thing is going on. You're like, it's not there. What's happened to my pledge? And you're like, oh no, it's GameFound. And then with a different pledge, you're like, I'll just log on to GameFound. Oh no.
It's just the
So
problem is it's just become the verb, isn't it? I'm kickstarting something rather than to try as GameFound might to turn it into crowdfunding instead. It's kickstarting something
yeah.
in my
Um,
mind.
Also, just FYI, just while we're on this page, um, the Invincible card game that's coming out, just because there's a little
Yeah, let's have a look.
little tag along the top.
Yeah,
But I really enjoy the series on Amazon.
I haven't
Again,
seen it. It's sort of
they're
like
wanting to
uber
change up what they used to
violent
be.
comic, isn't it? I think. Is that right?
Yeah, it's really, really good. So yeah, I have had a little look at this as well.
Omni-Man.
So yeah,
Cool.
I
Well, if
think
you
you
know,
kind of really need to watch the series to play this.
yeah, fair enough.
It might be a bit more niche because I think sometimes when things are heavily based on an IP,
Mm,
if you try and play with someone that doesn't really know the IP, then I think it can get lost sometimes.
yeah, sure.
So,
Yeah, it absolutely mean a lot more to you if you know the series, yeah.
but Omnivat Man, who's voiced by J.K. Simmons,
Oh,
who
really?
is just
Okay, brilliant.
everything, and he's like, yeah, he's just perfect for that role. So
Nice.
yeah,
And out now, 18 days left. That's sorry, the game found is out now. 18 days left at time of
yeah,
recording. So yeah, take a look if that interests you. Just quickly back on Gold Country, just a quick note. Notice it's
yes,
Beth Sobel who's the artist on that, so no wonder it looks so good. She's of Cascadia fame and Wingspan, apparently, is that? Didn't know that. Maybe I did know that. So yeah,
Cascadia, I think one of the most beautiful games on the table.
yeah, it's gorgeous. But this looks kind of similar. Uh, does it look a bit Cascadia? Just thinking as I'm saying that, don't know. But anyway,
Well, it's got
nice.
hexes.
It's got hexes and they're quite colourful. So yeah, I like that she has a good sort of bright colour palette that she's using. Well done, Beth. All right, maybe good job. Maybe your little move into uh, crowdfunding, as we should call it, is a good segue. Because there's
Yeah,
some good stuff coming, right? One that we've both got on the horizon is Time Troopers,
yeah.
which back last year, and expecting that to deliver, I think, is it this quarter? I think.
It, it's soon, I think.
Just see if we can
There
get
was
this
an
up.
update just at the end of 25, wasn't there?
Yes, the pledge manager um is online now, so you can do all your address and all that kind of business. And just quickly check before I share this of what I'm sharing. No, I think we're good. Um, to make sure I'm not sharing my address. Uh, we do edit this before it goes out. Look at me though. I'm just going to flex a little bit. Backer number 4. You're welcome, Lee. I
Very
was up
good.
early for that. I don't think I really was because I think it started about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. But this was the game that we spoke to Lee and Mike from Molinaris Games last year about one of their previous Kickstarters, Flippers. And at the time, we got a little sneak into Time Troopers, and then we're able to play it at the expo. And it was really cool. It was a
So
really,
good.
really fun solo uh, adventure game, essentially, is probably the best way of describing it, right?
Solo game, but we played it as kind of three people, as it were, because we had,
We did.
oh, I can't remember the chap's name who was teaching us.
I want to call it Mark.
Yeah, let's go with that. I'm so sorry,
Sorry, Mark.
Mark.
Or Ben.
But
It's
he was kind of
probably on here
like
somewhere.
GMing it, and then we were making decisions together. So although it is a solo game, I think if there was a couple of you sitting down to do the missions, they would work really well.
Yes, Mark, I remembered your name. It's
Yeah,
Mark.
yeah, it wasn't Rob then.
It's definitely, of course it was Mark. Of course it was Mark. Uh,
That's Mark.
yeah, very much looking forward to this one. The theme is great. We know it's got that soundtrack element to it as well, which is going to be cool. So yeah, that's what we're really looking forward to. And shout about that a little bit when
And
we put it out.
with a chapter written by Stephen Holly.
That's true. Yes. Our
Well done, Stephen Holly.
previous guests on the show. Are we a show? Call ourselves a show? Why not? We're a show now. Stephen
Podcast.
Holly, podcast. Okay. Show's a
What,
bit American, is
just
it?
old men rambling?
Welcome to the show. Hi, guys. Hi, guys. That's definitely, a show definitely starts with hi, guys, doesn't it? Hey,
I'm not
guys.
a high guys kind of guy.
No, okay. All right. Sorry. Roll that back in.
Sorry.
We're a
Hey
podcast.
guys!
Hey, guys. Welcome to another. No, we're not going to even do that. Right. So, yes, Stephen Holly, who wrote a bit, wrote a mission, which is going to be, which is cool to do that one as well. So, very good. Very good. Very good. I've got a lot of stuff that's backed up and also a load of Kickstarters.
Well, when you
So
get to our age,
just got to keep on the fiber. That's the thing. Uh, I won't do list off all of them as I don't want it to feel like some more ridiculous flex of anything. So I'll just mention a few that I'm more excited about. One is World Order. This is the game from the guys who brought us Hegemony, which is a game that I love.
yeah. Oh yes, yeah.
Um, it feels, and I thought about this at the time when I was backing it, a little bit close to the bone in terms of are we getting a bit too close to some of the problems this is trying to highlight? And now it feels another 6, 9 months later that it's getting worse. So I almost don't like to joke about these things, but let's hope we receive the game before the world all collapses. And it's the game about that, if we think about hegemony was um,
The
like
classes,
classes, politics, that
maths
kind of
and
thing.
English, and
This is international relations, the board game essentially, right?
yeah.
Which is more, it sound a bit drier than I think it possibly is. I hope it is. But it looked great. We saw it actually at the expo 2 years ago, I want to say,
Yeah.
and it looked really cool. So that one has been a little bit delayed. I think it was meant to be with us at the end of last year, but where is there ever a crowdfunder that isn't delayed? And so that should hopefully be coming out pretty soon. And another final one that I'll just mention on there that I'll keep mentioning it because I'm hoping one day it does come out. We'll talk about delayed Kickstarter projects. I backed in I think 2021, Easter 2021. So that's really not that far away from 5 full years ago. Stellaris Instant, yeah, like instant. It wasn't instant at all. Stellaris Infinite Legacy, and this is the. If any of you have ever played,
Or maybe the infinite is the delivery
the
time.
Infinite is the delivery time. Absolutely. This is the board game of the video game, and that's the big like 4X video game, incredibly popular from Paradox Interactive, I think they're called. I've played it a load. I think it's really good. It looks amazing. And I don't know. I think I've always tried to tell myself, don't back anything that is a video game, making it a board game, because what's the point? But I did, and I did the Rome Total War one, and that worked out really well. So really hoping that this one, after 5 years in development, comes out as a really good game. And it is looking close now. It's actually gone into production, we're told. I don't know what parts have gone into production. I might get a board maybe or something like that. But I think it
Still
could look
working.
really good. It could look really good on the table and play maybe all right. It'd be, I don't know. I don't know what I'm expecting at this point. Just receiving anything would be great.
Well,
So,
on uh nothing I've backed yet. I don't even think it's out for backing yet. Is did you ever play StarCraft?
yes, yeah, yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I was more of a Warcraft
So
person, but yeah.
yeah, yeah, me too. But I did quite enjoy StarCraft as well. Um, but they're doing like a miniatures skirmish. I say skirmish. I think it's like 40 miniatures aside, so it's not really skirmishes.
With ships, is it? Or
No, no, with peoples, but in that sort of StarCraft
'cause I can't really
universe.
remember. You built like spaceports and stuff, didn't you? Or did you, or was it
Like
on
round trip.
planets? Was it?
Yeah,
Right. I think I've forgotten. It's too long ago. I can't remember. But yeah, okay.
yeah. Sorry, I
Well,
got you
and
sidetracked from your.
yeah, no, no, no. I mean, I think I've wanged on enough about my Kickstarters that crowdfunders that haven't appeared yet. But it is a really good other segue. We're so in tune, Paul, into a game that I know it doesn't actually mean a lot to me because I didn't ever play it. But I think it might do to other people. So interested to hear what you say. And this is Red Alert's New World Order. So were you a Red Alert player on the PC?
I was, and not only I was, I am
You are.
because I.
Ah.
So it was maybe middle of last year. Humble bun, Oh, this hard work.
Honey Bun, was it?
Humble
Hello,
bundle,
sweetheart. What?
humble bundle.
Right.
Um,
Oh yeah.
yeah. So they did a red alert, a sort of a Command and Conquer's package deal, which I got, and so I've
Command
been
and
playing
Conquer, that's what it's called. Yeah, you're
been
right.
playing OG red
Does
alert.
does it hold up?
Yeah, I think so. But maybe nostalgia. The graphics are awful. Uh, and what's great is you can like because they've sort of been remastered, and then you can switch on one of them to like the original, which
Right.
is it's just a blob.
Right.
I remember playing it at the time, thinking like, "Wow, this is so cool," and then you're looking like, "Oh no, it's
Yeah, it's just ridiculous how things have moved forward around in those
they've got
areas.
the little Tesla reactor things."
So it is coming to GameFound, a board game. Just talking about don't buy board games that are video games, but uh, a board game version of Red Alert, which again was not one for me, but I know it was massive for loads of my friends when I was at school, and they absolutely loved it and used to go on about how
Can you,
amazing it was all the time.
can you flick back, or do we just have to wait for it to go round?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
full. Keep going.
Is that what you
Keep going.
wanted?
No, not
Yeah.
the Tesla thing. One more. Is that Hugh Laurie?
Well,
Go back one.
well, I don't. I think House is finished now, so he must be looking for something else to do, right?
Yeah, just something different. That's definitely Hugh Laurie, right?
Am I getting it right saying that was it Tim Curry who was the Soviet president in some of those games? Am I misremembering that?
Was okay. Do you ever think that Tim Rice and Tim Curry should get together and open an Indian restaurant? They could call it Tim's.
Yep. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is a Nick Helm joke, which makes me chuckle every time. Sorry. So Red Alert, that looks good.
So yeah, might be one you're interested in. A couple other quick future Kickstarters that I'll be trying not to back are Republic of Rome Remastered. So we spoke to Steve He's been on this podcast. Who introduced us to what did he do? He introduced
Yes.
us to Republic of Rome long time ago, it feels like now, when we went over to his place to play Fire and Lake, the coin game,
Yeah.
and we played it in the evening. And quite frankly, I was shattered from playing Fire in the Lake or kind of teaching Fire in the Lake. So I didn't really give a good crack, I don't think, really. But it does look like a super interesting game, and I am intrigued to give it a go again at some point. However, they've also, the people, have uh, done a new version of this. So, Republic of Rome Remastered, as it is called, which might be just a facelift. I think when we asked Steve about this, I think I'm right in saying he said, not sure. Uh, didn't necessarily seem to be solving things that he would want solved. So, is it just a facelift? I'm sorry if I'm misquoting you, Steve, but I think it was something to that effect. Tell us if we're wrong. Um,
I don't like the art.
but right, talking of a facelift.
Is it AI or
Oh, I hope not. I hope not. That would be a real shame. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I mean, the blurred backgrounds are just rubbish, aren't they? But yeah, they could do a lot better of that. Let's kind of see how that shakes out. But that might be a bit interesting. Um, and lastly, for me is I don't know if you know this publisher called Sound of Drums. They are a a group of guys who are publishing. I think they're based out of Switzerland. I think something like that. And they're publishing a lot of historical uh, war game or war game adjacent historical stuff that looks really cool. I think they also publish some other or help publish some other games as well. But they are coming out with two games. I'll just get a picture and throw it up for the YouTube. If you're watching this, there on The Great Escape, which I think would be really cool to
sorry, just to interrupt, you can also watch us on Spotify.
and Spotify. Also watch on Spotify if you don't like YouTube. Uh, and they're doing another one on Operation Valkyrie, so you can basically pretend to be Steve McQueen or Tom Cruise. It's up to you.
Steve McQueen.
Steve McQueen all day, I think, really, right? But yeah, lots of really cool stuff. I don't know if you ever do it. It's not necessarily a healthy thing to do, but going on to GameFound and just scrolling through the endless upcoming projects, it's very easy just to go and
So
follow that one
dangerous.
and follow that one and follow that one and follow that one, and then give yourself a whole load of emails when those come through. Uh, all right, so gosh, we've rattled on
So just
for
while we're on
55 minutes already, but
Kickstarters, uh,
what else you got? Go on.
just hoping for the Winter King to turn up at some point.
Yes, 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 yes. Any sign? Any information? Have they translated it from
Well, the
Spanish yet?
Spanish PDF came out last year,
Right.
a year late. So who knows? Might be this year.
That's starting to be a long timeline on that one,
It's
right? Considering
been
it's a book.
yeah. And they said at the time, like, it's pretty much good to go.
Yeah.
Um, the amount of times I've nearly cancelled the thing and just got Pendragon, but
You've committed yourself a lot so long now that you just need to see it through. It's like me with Stellaris.
yeah.
Just hopefully you won't wait as long.
And I think if I ever did then just get Pendragon, if that then came out, I'd then be really disappointed because I don't want two RPGs largely in the same. They're very different from one another, but within the same sort of theme and time period.
Can't even remember a massive amount about what we were looking at the time with Winter King, apart from the artwork was stunning. And I remember uh, it being trailed a lot. They had a fantastic social media campaign going,
Yeah.
and the artwork on that and anything saw in the actual crowdfunding campaign was top notch. The art was beautiful.
Looked really good. And I guess the difference, so Pendragon A follows you play sort of through a family dynasty almost. So you
Yeah,
playing over 100 years, couple of 100 years, if you play like a full campaign, because as someone dies, then you become the nephew or the son who inherits the noble line.
that's great, right? Yeah.
And although there is a bit of sort of myth and magic around it, it's very much I'm a knight and this is what I like to do. Great. And I think that's really good. Um, but I think the Winter King has a bit more of that sort of fantasy Arthurian legend about it. Um,
Yeah.
so then what other like what's on your like to-do list? So we've done expos, we've done
Yeah. Yeah.
have you got
Well,
any
as you said, a game of Twilight Imperium would be really cool.
yeah.
That sandbox version of TI, which would be really fun, where which came with that latest expansion. And I think probably I'm hoping will be the best bit about that expansion because the other bits are a bit naff, really. So um, being able to play that, I think probably would be good, but actually wouldn't mind just a generic one. So obviously we're gonna have to have 2 games of TI this year. I'm also hoping that we can just do a bit of extra gaming, some meetups where we can around the edges. I'm doing my 12 months of Shelf of Shame that I've done the last 3 years, which just works out fantastically. This thing that where I just pick 12 games that I either haven't played at all, that are truly Shelf of Shame, or just haven't played for ages, and try and put one, like literally assign one per month,
Yeah.
and do everything I can to make sure I play it, even if it's just a run through the rules or a solo play, or if I manage to get it to the Wednesday night group that I play in something like that. And sure, that's only 12 games, but it's 12 games that you know that you're going to get done. And I think I didn't check it for last year, but I think I did something like 10 or 11 out of the 12 in the end. So it's good. And it helps you kind of move them on as well. So if they do tend to end up being crap, or you just need to you just want to play because you want to see what it's like, and then you can move it on, then so be it. And then it's the mountains of, I haven't really got mountains of it yet, but the stacks of painting stuff to do.
Well, so much painting.
So still want us to have another 6 mil game if we can at some point this year. Uh, hey, look, it might be a good thing that we do if we go to Joy of Six is maybe we get a game in of that and then go and see how it's done properly the next day or something.
Yeah.
Might be quite fun. But just painting up a load more of that before we can get another game in. And last year, I also invested a bit in a game that I'm really intrigued by, just called Lion Rampant from Osprey.
Yeah.
And
That
this
looks really
was,
good.
yeah, it looks like really sort of slightly bigger than Skirmish type game. That I've basically done nothing with it so far, but um, those are also on the list. How much time I'll get to do this kind of stuff, I just don't know. Uh, we'll see. We'll see.
We need to have a little painting date again.
Exactly. To stop doing other things in my life, so I've got more time to do all these things. Anyway, I think those are the remaining things I'm excited for or planning for this year. Anything else on yours?
Well, yeah, so tackling Grey Mountain is definitely on mine. I've got so much backlog because um, I need to finish painting Elijah's Warhammer skirmish. I can't remember what it's called now.
Kill Team?
Yeah, so I need to finish painting Elijah's kill team squads. And really kindly, Scott has offered because he plays and does a kill team night. So we're going to go up in a few weeks and have a game
Oh,
of kill
nice.
team him,
Nice.
which will be good. So I'm really looking forward to that. And then I'm painting the stuffed fables stuff with Kyra, but she's got a social life, which sucks because the time we were going to spend painting it and then playing it is getting smaller and smaller.
Just getting older.
I've obviously
Getting older.
got our 6 mil Bacchus stuff to do,
Yep.
and then Um, I got the Shadow Paths expansion to Journeys in Middle-earth,
Ah, nice.
and although I don't think I got anyone to do the campaign with, I think I plan on just doing it as a solo campaign, just with myself.
Yeah,
But I always wanted to paint all of the original stuff, and I got about halfway through
right.
and then stopped. So I want to finish that and then paint the expansion bits.
I think I'd forgotten you'd done that actually, but that's some great stuff to do.
So loads of painting, and then hopefully a solo campaign of Shadow Paths. Mage Knight, which I got at the last UKGE, and has come out and been punched and looked at, and some of the tiny rules read. But there's solo in that.
I don't know anything about it, and I know you. I think did you get it maybe to solo? I can't
Yes,
remember,
yeah,
but if there's an opportunity, I would be very interested to play that with you.
yeah, 100%. So you can solo, you can play cooperatively, or you can play competitively.
Right.
So we've got options. So yeah, absolutely, we'll try and work that out. I think Neil's interested as well. Might be quite a long one, but maybe the three of us could have a little game of that. And then I need to sell some games because I've just physically run out of space. I've got a lot
So,
of space for games. Um, and I think I've got about 120 games at last
oh
count.
wow, bloody hell.
And literally I can't physically put another box in. So gonna have a bit of a cull. Although there's a few things I know I want to get rid of short term. Not that they weren't good at the time, but just they're not being played.
Yeah,
But I think I've got a couple of bigger games. In terms of bigger games, I mean like that are an event thing. So like Captain Sonar or something like that,
yep.
that will come out maybe once a year or something, but you need that large group of people. So they're kind of set and will stay.
Mm.
But I'm going to take an approach that if I don't play it at least once this year, then I'm going to sell it.
I, it's bold, bold. I think it's great. Uh,
But I've got some games here, and I look at, and it's been 2, 3 years since I've played it,
yeah.
and I keep looking at it thinking, oh, that's such a good game. But if it's
It's just a bit
literally,
sad, kind of like it's sitting on the shelf, not being played, right? And
I'd rather sell it to someone that is then going to play it.
yeah, yeah,
We've got, and then I've got my Andor campaign game that I was playing with Elijah and Kyra.
yeah.
I think we've got two more missions of that. And then if you're not bored of me talking, I think the only other thing on there is actually Neil and I were talking about it today, is Alice is missing.
Yeah, you guys have been talking about this for a little while. You're trying to rope me into it, but I can't get on with the theme,
No,
really.
no, I get that. But it's like sort of a in a box board game meets RPG
Yeah,
one shot trying to find this girl called Alice who's surprisingly gone missing and working out what's going on.
right.
But it's played largely via text message. So
Right, yes,
although
it is,
you'll be
isn't
in the
it?
same room, there's some setup and little pre-records and things you need to do. But then you're essentially off investigating different things. So in character, you'll then be texting to say, oh, this has happened or that's happened. And as the game goes on, extra clues and stuff get revealed. So it just looks really different.
It's a
You're right. The
really,
theme, the
really
themes
interesting idea.
may be a bit difficult, but
Mm,
as a concept and probably a one-off and never do it again. But yeah, so Neil and I were just so happened talking today about trying to arrange a time.
cool.
So if we end up going to the UKGE, maybe we'll try and find a group because I think it's although you can play with less, it's designed to play at five, and I
Okay.
think it works well with five. So if we can find three other people who are interested,
Yeah,
then it might be worth setting up and having a go.
yeah. Cool. Yeah, well, I look forward to hearing about that one. Yeah, I know both of you have been interested in that for a while. Cool. What a year of gaming and excitement ahead. This nice thing. Why I like doing this at this point of the year. Maybe we need to do it like halfway through the year as well to keep the excitement
Feel
going.
like
But
a well, maybe what we could do is have a little revisit and see how far we've
yeah,
got.
it could be a bit depressing. Yeah. Jeez,
I,
I've barely
you
done
find out
anything.
like I've sold one game and bought nine more.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem. Cool. So I think that probably just about wraps us up for our 2026 plans. We'll be back in 2 weeks, maybe less. If there's some extra content we might put in there, who knows? But until then, have a great time doing whatever gaming you're up to. We've been the I'm Having a One podcast. Tell a friend, spread the good word of having a one, and yeah, have a good time. See ya.
Bye.
I'm having my one.
I miss CFAX.
Mm. It's great for the
Looking
football
up the
scores.
football scores is
That was my main
incredible.
thing, the football scores. Yeah.
And then like realizing you've just missed your set of football scores, so then you got to wait for
That's a little bit like when you're waiting at the train station and you're waiting to see it, or in my case, I'm walking into the train station. I just need to see my train exactly. Is it on time? Is it the platform I think it is? Or do I just chance it, go through the gates? And it's always you've got to wait. And for that second page where yours is on the first page, the second page, it always takes forever for that to go through before it shows the other one. Nightmare.
terrible
Yeah. It's not my best anecdote of the year, but the year is early.
public transport.
It's relatable. So, Paul, before we get into it, very quickly, how was your 2025?